Hello, I'm Dr. Sean, and I'm the Nerd Doctor, here to diagnose what's wrong with your RPG game and here to help you fix it. But first, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons to keep me coming out with the material you love to listen to. Today's topic is chases. It doesn't matter what system you're playing. Chases always seem to come up on how best to run them. I've seen it on a ton of pages, ton of videos, and even one of my listeners requested me to give my opinion on how best to run a chase with ICRPG. So I'm going to go over a couple of different examples today. When it comes to races and chases, it's more about the theater of the mind than it is about mechanics. No matter what mechanics you use, they're only there for you to keep that element of chance in the game, along with help your DM determine how it is all going to play out. So I'm going to go over the classic mechanic used for chases, which is skill challenges, and then the ICRPG twist I'm going to put on it, along with some other ICRPG mechanics you can use to make it even simpler. So number one, let's start with the skill challenges. Skill challenges are a classic way to do just about any non-traditional challenge in the game. Skill challenges can work in a number of ways, but generally it's first to reach the target number of successes or the target number of failures. Pick a DC for that challenge, pick how many successes it would take to succeed that challenge, and pick how many failures it would take to fail that challenge. The higher the DC and ratio of successes to challenges, the more difficult the challenge it is. Let's use this example of a chase. You're trying to run down a thief in the streets and who stole your bag. DC is 12. If you get 3 successes before you get 3 failures, you catch up to him and knock him prone and end the chase. If not, he gets away. Only rule, you can't use the same skill check 2 times in a row. Pretty generic, an easy way to let the theater of the mind and your narration have fun with it. If you want to make it easier, decrease the number of successes you need to succeed and increase the number of failures you need to fail, or vice versa. If you want to make it difficult, increase the number of successes you need to succeed and decrease the number of failures you need to fail. Simple enough. But let's put the skill challenge in ICRPG terms. Let's pick a DC and set a heart of effort to it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my How to Play ICRPG video. You can do this in 2 ways. One, regardless of if you succeed or fail, you roll effort. If you succeeded, that's positive effort. If you failed, that's negative effort. So the outcome is simple. Did you complete a heart worth of positive effort or a heart worth of negative effort? This can be fun because no matter what, you are applying effort, but is that effort helping or hurting the chase? Also, this heart of effort applies to the entire party and the person you're chasing. So the person you're chasing rolls against the target and applies effort as well. This works great with that no initiative system because give the players 2 minutes to discuss, declare their actions, roll their effort, do the math, and then just narrate. It could be short and sweet, or there could be a clumsy party members throwing off the others, prolonging the chase. This could also work really well with races, except everyone has their own heart of effort, set a timer and number of rounds, and whoever has the most positive effort wins. The other way you can do this is to just use positive effort and roll a timer. Do a heart's worth of effort in a certain amount of time. Beat the timer and you catch them, don't, and they get away. Probably the simplest way of doing things. This would all be done with basic effort. If they're on foot, you can cast a spell to give someone magical speed, then they can roll magical effort instead. Or as a DM, you can assign an effort die based on your life form or race. If you're a heron, John, you may roll a d10, but if you're a turtle, you may roll a d4. See what I did there with the tortoise and the hare? But anyways, you can do the same with someone who has a mount. They may roll a d6 worth of effort instead of a d4 basic. Or if you're doing chase in vehicles, you can set an effort die based on the speed of the vehicle. This is probably the easiest way to do a race. There were so many combinations of things you could do to make this more interesting, but also more complicated. So remember the philosophy of ICRPG. Keep it simple. Start with the simplest form, set a timer and a DC, and go for it. You can make it more complicated with the stuff I mentioned earlier in this video if you want to. If you want the challenge to be easier, make it a low number of hearts, a low DC, and have a higher set of rounds on the timer. If you want to make it more difficult, increase the number of hearts, increase the DC, and decrease the number of rounds you have to succeed. Mix and match how you like to get the feel for the chase or race you want. This is where ICRPG really shines with its effort system. It has so many applications in the game. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my videos, how to play ICRPG, and my video plugin mechanics with ICRPG. I'm keeping it real short, sweet, and simple today. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons and comment on any topics you'd like to hear me talk more about. Thanks again for listening. I'm Dr. Sean. I'm the Nerd Doctor, here to diagnose what's wrong with your RPG game and here to help you fix it.